Do you have a cupboard that just seems to be more of a black hole than anything else? In today's video, I'm going to give you some budget-friendly solutions in order to tackle those tricky spaces, so stay tuned. Hey, I'm Lindsay with Organized-to-Save, and if we're just meeting, on this channel I share budget-friendly tips, tricks, and digital products so that way you can become more productive and get organized. Now today we're going to be tackling our kitchens, specifically those tricky to organize corner cupboards. Now this corner cupboard has been a challenge for me ever since we bought this house. I've never been able to figure out a proper system that makes it easy to access everything that's inside there. Because of how deep it is, it makes it so difficult to get to everything in the very back, and like I said, it feels more like a black hole than anything else. Now in any space that you're organizing, the first thing that you need to do is to clear it all out. It's going to be super important for you to take inventory of everything you have and to be able to determine what actually needs to go back into the space. Now when I was clearing out this cupboard, I seriously felt like Mary Poppins. I just kept pulling out stuff. I didn't even know that I had some of this stuff. So as I was pulling everything out, I started to make piles of what I wanted to keep and what I'm going to be donating. I had to be realistic with myself, and I wanted to only keep the things that I knew that I actually used and that I knew would fit properly back in the space. So now that I had a good idea of everything that I was keeping, it was time to start organizing. So this first hack is actually one that I shared in this video for a $3 Lazy Susan, but we're doing it on a much larger scale. For this DIY, I used a bag of marbles and 2 oil drip pans. All that you're gonna do is put the marbles in between the 2 pans and you have a large Lazy Susan for $3. I decided I wanted to use this organizer on the top shelf in the very back, and I was going to be using it for my small kitchen appliances, so like my hand blender, my immersion blender, and I seriously love this thing. I've been using this for the past couple of weeks, and it makes it so easy to be able to spin to what I want to get to. Next up, I needed to figure out a better solution for all of my glass Pyrex dishes. I use these every single week, and it was such a pain to have to pull out the entire stack to get to the one on the bottom because I had them all stacked on top of each other. Instead of stacking them on top of each other, I flipped them on their sides, and I'm using an IKEA organizer that I had on hand, but I love this thing. It accordions out so that way you can have larger slots or smaller slots if you need them, but it fits all of my glass Pyrex dishes perfectly. I was also struggling with all of the lids previously because they were just thrown into the cupboard, and now instead of storing them separately, I have them stored together so that way when I pull out the dish, I have the lid that goes with the correct dish easily accessible. But from smallest to largest as I was filing them in, so that way I could still easily access the Lazy Susan that I just created. For the bottom shelf, I'm actually using something a little out of the ordinary. At the Dollar Tree, I picked up a couple cat litter boxes. Yes, you heard me right, a litter box. So the idea for this section is I wanted to create drawers that I could easily pull out to be able to access the things that I needed to get to. For the first one, I'm putting all of our extra glass serving dishes. I primarily use all of our glass rectangular Pyrex dishes, so that's why I wanted those front and center. But for these ones, we only use them for large family gatherings or extra serving bowls, so I was okay with having those towards the back. So as you're putting things away, think about how often you use something and make sure to keep that in mind as you're putting things away. In the other bin, I put some extra baking and cooking supplies that I needed to be able to access easily. So the idea is that these are basically drawers inside my cabinet. So I put the glass ones in the back and then the other one in the front, and I did this purposely because of how often I use the item, but also because of the weight. The one in front because it's lighter, so it's actually going to be easier to pull out to slide the glass one over. I also used the same system with the IKEA organizer and a cat litter box in our upper cabinet. But now you're going to notice our cabinets look a little different than what you saw earlier in this video. And that's because we're actually in the middle of a budget kitchen renovation right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do not miss this budget kitchen renovation video when I come out with it. If you're liking this video so far, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know you like these kitchen organizing hacks and I can do more videos for you in the future. Another quick hack that you can do very easily that makes a huge difference in your kitchen cupboards, or any cupboard for that matter, is to line the insides of them with contact paper. I love to pick up my contact paper at the Dollar Tree. It's super affordable, and for projects like this, it makes it so easy. I also shared in this video some hacks that you can do to update the back of a bookshelf that could apply to your kitchen cupboards as well. If you're looking for more budget-friendly ways in order to organize your kitchen, make sure to check out the video on your screen right now to see how you can organize your fridge on a budget. We'll see you over there.